Fed's made its point of view.
Right.
Mr. Honig has made his point of view clear. What do you think?
Well, to me, I always come back to the same issue, which is that Bernanke's doing everything right. He said that he correctly typified all what the Federal Reserve beige book and all the different reports said. It's not that great. Maybe it's getting a little better. That's terrific. He is not going to let us slip back into a recession. Why people think that he will by risking tightening rates, and I loved your poll of people, is beyond me. Why do people always presume that he's not that bright? That he is, that he's not a student of these situations. Once he realized we were in a Great Recession, he decided to not be 1937 in America, which is what sent us back. We needed a war to change.
Well, maybe he has these dark nights when he wakes up and he says, what's worse, having let us go into that terrible, terrible depression, or running the risk, which he is doing, of keeping rates too low for too long and having some other kind of a bubble he's got to deal with afterwards. And clearly between those two, he said, I'd rather take the risk of some bubble.
Well, remember, he is a student of what happened in the 30s. That's why he's so good. He didn't know we were in the 1930s during 2007 and 2008, and that was bad. He got mortgages wrong initially. He didn't understand subprime. He should have just listened to you because you talked about it every day, for those of us who remember. But I think that once he got on the case, his view is worth revering and he has more gravitas than anyone else in government. So I refuse to buy into the notion that he doesn't know what to do. And I think he studied what happened in 37. In we all know that the reason why we got out of the Great Depression was because of World War II. We don't want to have something that extreme.
No, we don't. No, we do not.
And that's why, I mean, like, a little trust for Bernanke. We have come to the point in this country where we think everybody's involved with the government is just a totally owned by Lloyd Blankfein and Goldman Sachs. I mean, I'm listening to that testimony.
I don't know who's left. It's like even if you're involved in anything that touches money, or anything that touches Washington, you're a bad person.
I'm out there.
And the regional bankers are feeling upset about it.
I know. Look, I don't even care. I wrote a piece for realmoney.com, street.com, where I said, listen, call me suicidal. I think Geithner's doing a great job. I was a very big critic of Geithner.
Yes.
I am embarrassed by the way that they treated him today. This is a man who did, along with Bernanke, save Western world capital. Have people forgotten what it was like during those moments when Paulson, who also got religion, pushed for TARP? Do they not know that we were about to be in a barter economy?
There was a day when Hank got on his knees in front of Nancy Pelosi. There was a day. And that should make people understand how dire the circumstances
the New York Times did a series of stories about AIG and Goldman. They never talk about how much AIG bailed out the European banks. This is uniquely focused on what the New York Times reported. All these guys want us. Tim Geithner is doing a good job. Again, Tim Geithner is doing a good job. Again, Tim Geithner is doing a good job. Again, is that terrible to say? Can't we just come out here occasionally? Can't I, as a commentator, and say, you know what, I'm impressed by what Geithner did.
But get a bodyguard.
I already have one. And I feel strongly that Geithner, this is AIG, Goldman, and you know what? The Bavarian Illuminati, the Trilateral Commission, Goldman Sachs, and the Queen of England are not all bad.
Wow.
Goldman, and you know what? The Bavarian Illuminati, the Trilateral Commission, Goldman Sachs, and the Queen of England are not all bad.
Wow.
Goldman, and you know what? The Bavarian Illuminati, the Trilateral Commission, Goldman Sachs, and the Queen of England are not all bad.
Wow. All right, we got to squeeze a couple of things in here.
Sure.
All right, first of all, let's do this one. Apple? This iPad.
Right. Well, look, I've got to tell you,
Would you buy an iPad?
Tomorrow.
You want an iPad?
I will go to now, you can't have to wait 60 days, unfortunately, but yes, I want an iPad.
With an AT&T